So here's the question or the head scratcher of the day, and there's many on my list. This is for the Calvinists, the Tulip people, the Reformed people. So if God chooses the elect, and he did that in eternity past, we all already established that there's another half, the hellbound ones, the reprobate ones, the ones that'll be passed over, all the different nuances that Calvinists may hold to for what happens with the half that's not elect. Also, I know they love Romans 9, Jacob I loved, Esau I hated. Before they did anything good or bad, they were either elect or reprobate, hellbound or heavenbound. Well, I guess my head scratcher is it in God's character to kill people and reprobate them before they actually sin? Now, don't forget, the whole Bible lays out that sin separates us. Starts off Genesis 2:17. Here's your command. You'll die if you do it. You're warned. So the question is, does God really condemn anyone? Whoa, here's another head scratcher. I don't know when we actually get our soul. I know the argument would be, some arguments would be at conception. Some people say at birth. Some people might say you get your soul in eternity past and God's waiting to give it to you. That's all fine. Here's the point, though. The point is the soul is eternal, not the flesh. If the soul is eternal, let's go with the left hand. If the soul is eternal and it's God-given, I mean, it really couldn't be in heaven and be imperfect and filled with sin. And if the soul hasn't really actually committed any personal sin, can it be held accountable by God? That's just one question I have. Can it be reprobate? I don't know. Can it be hellbound before it sins? That's the question. Also, think of this. Before the twins, Jacob, Esau, do anything good or bad, God chooses those that'll go to hell before they do right or wrong. It's Romans 9:13, by the way. Now, I wonder if some of the biblical truths that I will share in just a second match up with the Jacob and Esau. Jacob I loved, Esau I hated. I got scripture that I think is contradictory, conundrums, and chaos, throws a curveball into the Calvinist camp. Feel free to answer me and tell me I'm wrong and teach me, old Calvinisty people. The first argument is this. Does it make God an evil God if before people have the opportunity to actually be alive to either accept or reject the gospel, even if he's predetermined it, can God actually reprobate or save one or call them elect? Not a great question, but it is a question. Now, remember, before they did anything bad, before they sinned, oh my goodness, that sounds more like Satan's kind of thinking. I'm not calling God Satan. I'm saying Satan would want, even before a soul is given, before a human is born, for that soul and that human to become part of the devil's world and the devil's hell. That's satanic thinking. It doesn't seem like God-like thinking, not with other scripture that's revealed. So here's some verses that I think might fly in the face of the whole concept of God reprobating or electing before time began. God is love in 1 John 4:8, 1 John 1:5, Exodus 34:6 and 7. God is love in Psalm 86:5, 86:15. God is love in 2 Corinthians 13:11, at least defined in that way. Ephesians 2:4 definitely talks about love. Hebrews 12:29. This is another head scratcher against the Jacob and Esau that the Calvinist Reform love to say, no. This is all about soteriology and salvation. It's not about the fact that Sarah, Genesis 25, had Jacob and Esau in their womb. Jacob and Esau, the two nations that came through the bloodline of Abraham. It's not about that. It's about salvation. So, love is not self-seeking, right? Love is not self-seeking. Again, go to 1 Corinthians 13. You can go through verses 4 through 8, 1 Corinthians 10, 24 and 33, 1 Corinthians 12, 25. Wait a minute. If love's not self-seeking, why is God seeking to reprobate or save, elect before time? Can he do it? If he's supposed to be our image bearer, or we're supposed to be his image bearer of love, and Jesus gave us the example of love, yet love is not self-seeking, yet God is self-seeking his own glory prior to things even happening. Now, foreknowledge does not make anything certain. It only perceives what is certain. A few more verses. God is patient, Romans 2:4, Romans 9:22, Nehemiah 9:30, and I've got more. So tune into this channel and I'll give you more. But God mercies. He desires mercy over all things. Psalm 145:9, Matthew 5:45, Acts 14:17. That's enough for now. Toodles.